In the autumn of 1970, a rather large problem washed ashore on the Oregon coast. A 45-foot, 8-ton sperm whale carcass had decided to make its final resting place near the town of Florence. It was, to put it mildly, a significant odor issue. Local officials were faced with a dilemma. How do you dispose of a decaying leviathan that weighs as much as a small house? Burying it was impractical due to the shifting sands. Towing it out to sea seemed equally daunting. Enter the Oregon State Highway Division, specifically a man named George Thornton. He had a plan, a bold plan, a plan that would echo through the annals of bizarre public works projects for decades to come. Thornton's brilliant idea was to use dynamite. Lots of dynamite. The theory was simple. Blast the whale into small, manageable pieces that the ocean's scavengers could then conveniently clean up. Nature's own disposal service, if you will. They acquired half a ton of dynamite. Yes, you heard that right. 1,000 pounds of high explosives carefully placed around and under the enormous carcass. What could possibly go wrong? The local media were invited, naturally. This was, after all, a spectacle. A crowd of curious onlookers gathered, eager to witness this unique solution to a very large problem. On November 12, 1970, the countdown began. The button was pushed, and then chaos. Instead of neatly disintegrating, the whale exploded with a force that defied all expectations. A massive plume of sand, water, and whale blubber shot hundreds of feet into the air. It was less a controlled demolition and more a biological artillery barrage. Chunks of decaying whale flesh, some the size of small cars, rained down over a quarter-mile radius. Spectators scrambled for cover, cars were dented, and one unfortunate vehicle was completely flattened by a particularly large piece of blubber. The beach, far from being clean, was now littered with thousands of smaller, but still very much present, pieces of whale. The smell, previously concentrated in one large carcass, was now dispersed over a much wider area. The scavengers, apparently, were not impressed. The plan had backfired spectacularly, leaving a bigger, smellier mess than before. The remaining blubber had to be buried by heavy machinery, the very solution they had tried to avoid. George Thornton, the man with the plan, became an instant, if reluctant, legend. His quote, "It went just exactly the way it was supposed to," delivered with a straight face amidst the carnage, became iconic. The exploding whale of Florence, Oregon, quickly became a local legend. But its true fame arrived decades later, with the advent of the internet. Footage of the event, captured by a local news crew, went viral. It became a prime example of a well-intentioned but utterly misguided decision, a testament to the fact that sometimes the simplest solution is not always the best, especially when dealing with 8 tons of decaying mammal. It's a story that reminds us of the unpredictable nature of large-scale demolitions, especially when the target is organic and filled with gas. And perhaps a reminder to always have a plan B, or at least a very large umbrella. The exploding whale remains a bizarre footnote in American history, a quirky piece of 1970s Americana. It's a story that continues to entertain and educate, albeit in the most unusual way. It's a cautionary tale for engineers, a source of endless amusement for history buffs, and a viral sensation for anyone who appreciates the absurd. The whale may be gone, but its explosive legacy lives on.